But the uncertainty of outcomes, the twists, the turns, almost every other hour feels like we're embarking in some new realm of work. The times I've felt most aligned, y'all, though, is when I come to the work heart-centered, and I align that with my mind, and then I apply a big old dose of discernment. And then I can ask questions like, what parts of this plan really fit? I mean, you and your staff, you've been here masterminding with each other, but what parts of the plan really fit for now? What needs your attention now? What needs to be left as it is? There are some things that we need to keep that works. And what's new and needed now? In your non-dominant hand. I'm glad people know it. Yes. So I'm going to ask you, please think about, maybe even where you are now, but maybe let's say over the last week. What is the prevailing emotion that you've been experiencing? Or feeling. And I've got some examples in case some people are like, I don't know emotions. Well, here's some. Open, angry, connected, courageous, numb, stressed, fragile, grateful, caring, lonely, sad, daring, grounded, capable, vulnerable, calm. Now, on the other side are sensations in your body. If you don't know the feelings, what sensation in your body have you been feeling? Achy, clammy, electric, flowing, relaxed, prickly, shaky, warm, throbbing. Choose one word. Put it in the center of the paper. Use your non-dominant hand. For me, that's my left hand. And write that emotion there, please. In regards to what you did do in the drawings, think about this. What was it like to be the presenter and share your process? So just reflect internally. Like, what was it like to share? Was it uncomfortable? Maybe not. You just did it. You didn't like coloring. Oh, I felt this, whatever.
One thing I noticed when I was listening to everyone was I personally enjoy delving into other people's processes because I feel like learning and gathering information from other people helps me evaluate myself. So to me, I'm kind of looking to other people like, oh, I would never think to do it that way. Not necessarily judgment, but kind of just taking what they're doing as more so inspiration. So that was what I did.
Thank you. Someone else, from a different perspective. Anybody else want to bravely tell what they were thinking? We need it. What was it? But can you lean into that a little bit? Why was...
Because some of us think we just have a lot to say. Just have a lot to say, and we don't really care what the other person is saying. And that does happen. We all know that.
You're being very vulnerable.
Thank you for that.
Very
What's at risk for your staff and your community if the person talking doesn't really care about what others have to say? Stop feeling like you're being listened to? You know, how many times people have come to Fairfield to ask them what they want, and it's never shown up, and people just do what they want. Eastern Kentucky, how long people been talking about the empty mines, the water stuck in there. Nobody ever came to help resolve that. That's part of how it flooded that bad. The mines sort of broke open. They were filled with water. But they've been told that time, years and years. What happens if you just want to talk and you can't listen? And you're too cool to take on somebody's ideas? Or, listen, you may have been raised that your mother, or your father, or your grandfather, you better do it this way, you have to do it this way, do what I say. And you are trying to uphold something. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But we're embarking and in a great need of contemporary solutions that serve more people. Because we're trying to get to joy. I am. Joy for everybody. But that's only going to happen if you are able to listen and really hear.